It's fine. Here's my church joke. So, there's this little girl. She's standing outside of her Sunday school class. And if you don't know what that is, usually when people go to church, the kids will go off into another part of that building, and then they'll have a little class where they're Bible stories. So this little girl, she's gone off to that part of the church, and she's learned a Bible story that day. In fact, the Bible story she learned was about Jonah and the whale. She had a little book under her arm that said that, Jonah and the Whale, a little coloring book. Jonah was a character in the Old Testament who was running away from God, and he fell into some water in the Mediterranean Sea, got swallowed by a big fish or whale, and then got spit up 3 days later onto a beach. So the story goes. So she has this little thing under her arm. The pastor, who just finished the services, he walks up, and she's waiting for her parents to pick her up, and the pastor walks by, and he sees this little book under her arm. And he decides, I'll have a little conversation with this girl. So he said, I see you have a little book there called Jonah and the Whale. Are you learning about that in your Sunday school class? To which she said, well, yes, I am. Our Sunday school teacher has been teaching us all about it. And he said, well, tell me, little girl, do you think that story is true? And she said, of course it's true. It's in the Bible. Really? You think that a guy actually fell off of a ship or was thrown off of a ship, a big fish came along and swallowed him up, and then he lived inside that fish for 3 days, and then he got spit up on a beach somewhere else? You think that actually happened? And she said, well, of course I do. It's in the Bible. Well, do you have any proof, he said to her, that that's true? And give me any evidence that it's the case. So she thought for a minute. She said, well, I guess when I get to heaven, I'll ask Jonah. He said, well, what if Jonah's not in heaven? And then she thought for a minute, looked him in the eye and said, well, then you can ask him.